So in this video we are going to discuss numericals related to wave motion. As you are seeing over here, there are two pictures. One is related to transverse wave and the other one is related to longitudinal wave. So in longitudinal wave, the particle is vibrating along the direction of wave propagation, while in transverse wave the particle is vibrating perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. So this is known as the crest, and the maximum displacement in the negative direction is known as the trough, and the distance between two successive crests, means the distance between here to here, is known as the wavelength, and the time taken to complete one wave, so this is the one wave, time taken to complete one wave is known as the time period. In longitudinal wave, there are compressions and rarefactions. So the distance between two compressions, successive compressions, is known as the wavelength, and time taken to complete one wave is known as the time period. So let's move towards the numericals, so the things will be more clear to you after doing numericals. So the first numerical is two tuning forks A and B जिनकी frequency है 200 and 400 Hz. Simultaneously they are vibrating. So you have to find out the ratio of time taken by the sound produced by fork A and fork B to travel 660 meter and 990 meter in air, and you know that the velocity of sound in air is 330 meter per second. So let's start doing numerical. So what is given in the question? The frequency of the first tuning fork is 200 Hz and the frequency of the second fork is 400 Hz, and you know that frequency is the number of waves generated in 1 second. Okay, so 200 waves are generating in 1 second, and now you have to find out that these, because the sound wave are the mechanical wave and the vibrating particles are producing sound, so the sound produced by these forks travel 660 meter by A and 990 meter by B. So how much time it will take to travel these waves 660 meter and 990 meter, and you have to find the ratio of time taken. Okay, so as I have written in this over here, this is asked in the question. So now next task is, you know that time is equal to distance upon velocity. Okay, so put time of first fork is equal to time taken by the first fork is equal to distance by A divided by velocity. Velocity for both the fork will be same, because both fork is producing sound and sound is traveling in air, and the velocity of sound traveling in air is 330 meter per second. So now you put the value over here, that TA is equal to dA by V and TB is equal to V by dB. So that will be equal to dA by dB. Now put the value of dA by dB. You know that distance traveled by the fork A and fork B, you know. Now put those distance over here. You will get the ratio of time taken by the sounds to cover 660 meter and 990 meter distance. That is 2 by 3. So the answer of your question will be 2 by 3. Okay, now let's move towards the next question. So the next question is, two pendulums A and B, उनकी length है 9 meter and 16 meter respectively, are made to oscillate on the earth's surface. Then the ratio of their frequency. So what is given in the question? The length of two pendulum is given in the question, and what is fixed in the question? the acceleration due to gravity, because both the pendulums are on earth surface. That means that the acceleration due to gravity is constant for both the pendulum. Okay, now you have to calculate the ratio of the frequencies. You know that time period is the reciprocal of frequency. You know this thing, that the frequency is the reciprocal of time period, and from the laws of simple pendulum, you know that the time period is only dependent on the length of the pendulum. Okay, so from here you will get a formula that T is equal to under root L upon G. G is constant for both. G is constant for both. So if you will take the ratio, G will cancel out. Okay. Now put the values over here. N1 by N2 is equal to T2 by T1, because N1 is 1 upon T1 and N2 is 1 upon T2. So N1 by N2 is equal to T2 by T1, and T2 is under root L2 by G. T1 is under root L1 by G. Now cancel the G, because both the pendulum are present on the earth. So the acceleration due to gravity is same for both the pendulum. So G will cancel out. You will get N1 by N2 is equal to under root L2 upon L1, which will be equal to under root 16 by 9, and that is 4 by 3. Okay, ठीक है, अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. The next question is, a wave of time period 10 milliseconds with a velocity of 1.5 मीटर पर सेकेंड. एक वेव है जिसका टाइम पीरियड गिवन है 10 मिलीसेकेंड. किस वेलोसिटी से मूव कर रही है? मूविंग विद वेलोसिटी 1.5 मीटर पर सेकेंड. इफ द टाइम पीरियड ऑफ अनदर वेव इज 6 मीटर पर सेकेंड. एक दूसरी वेव है जिसका टाइम पीरियड है 6 मीटर पर सेकेंड, एंड नाउ यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द वेलोसिटी ऑफ दैट वेव. And what is given in the question? That wavelength of the two waves is same. Okay. So time period is given for the first wave, and the velocity is also given for the first wave. Time period is given for the second wave, and velocity is, you have to find out the velocity for second wave. What else is given in the question? That the wavelength for both the wave is same. You know that velocity of the wave is equal to frequency into wavelength. So from here you will find out, and frequency is 1 upon time period. Okay, so from here you will find out the wavelength in terms of velocity and time period. Because why we are doing this? Because the wavelength is same for both the waves. Okay. So we know that lambda means wavelength of the wave is equal to time period into velocity. So if we put these values in this, we will find out the velocity of the second wave. By doing some calculation, we will find out the velocity of the second wave. Now another thing is asked in this question, find the ratio of their velocity. So if we write this, the form of this mathematical form of this equation for both the waves, that lambda 1 is equal to T1 V1 and lambda 2 is equal to T2 V2, and divide both the equations, then we will get that V1 by V2 is equal to T2 by T1. We know the time period for both the waves. If we put the value over here, we will get the ratio of their velocities. Okay. Now moving towards the next question. What is asked in the question? If 500 waves are produced in 1 minute, so what does it mean? That 1 मिनट में 500 waves generate हो रही हैं, and you know that time period is, you know the frequency is, what is the frequency? How many waves are generated in 1 second? That is frequency. And what is time period? Time period is time period is to complete one oscillation, to complete one wave. Time taken to complete one wave is known as the time period. Now what is asked in the question? Find the time taken by a vibrating particle to move from its mean position to the immediate rarefaction. आपसे टाइम पूछा है वाइब्रेटिंग पार्टिकल का टू मूव फ्रॉम इट्स मीन पोजीशन. मीन पोजीशन क्या होती है? व्हाट इज मीन पोजीशन? सो व्हाट इज मीन पोजीशन? So this is the mean position and particle is vibrating up and down. But here we are talking about the sound wave. So sound wave propagating like this. We means the particles are moving along the direction of wave propagation. So this is how the sound waves are moving. Okay. Now, so here you can see the solution. I'm erasing this part. Okay. Now what is given in the question? 500 waves are generated in 1 minute. So one wave, how much time one wave will take? 0.12 second. Divide 60 by 500 and you will get time period of one wave. So this is the time period of one wave. Okay. And now what is asked in the question? Find the time taken by a vibrating particle to move from its mean position to the immediate rarefaction. So this is the immediate rarefaction and the time period is to complete one oscillation, means from here to here. Okay, so this is T. So it is easy to understand in the transverse wave. Okay, so if this is the mean position and the particle is moving from its immediate rarefaction. So this is the immediate rarefaction. The time period is to complete one oscillation, means from here to here is the time period, and you have to calculate the time taken by the particle to move from its mean position to immediate rarefaction. मतलब यहाँ से यहाँ तक जाने में उसे कितना टाइम लगा? That will be half of the time period. Clear my point? Now divide the time period by 2, you will get your answer. Okay, now we will do the next question. So the next question is, for the range of frequencies of sound एक range दिया हुआ है 11 kilohertz to 11 megahertz and you have to find the range of wavelengths. आपको wavelength का range find करना है. Sound की velocity air में given है 330 meter per second. Now you know the formula that velocity is equal to, you know the formula for velocity in terms of frequency and wavelength. You have given in this question the range of frequencies and you have to find out the range of wavelength. So assume that this is the initial frequency and this is the final frequency. Okay. So individually calculate the initial wavelength and final wavelength. From there you can find out the range. As the answer, as the solution is given over here, the range of the frequency is given and the range of the wavelength is lambda I and lambda f. Now calculate lambda I and lambda f from the relation velocity is equal to frequency into wavelength. So from here you can find out the initial wavelength lambda I, which will be equal to v upon ni. Okay, and lambda f will be equal to v upon nf. Nf is 11 megahertz. Take mega. 1 mega is equal to 10 to the power 6. So take 10 to the power 6 in numerator. You will get 10 to the power minus 6. Write this 10 to the power minus 6 as micrometer. Okay, and here I have written this 0.03 as 30 millimeter because milli is 10 to the power minus 3. So if I will write here 10 to the power minus 3, then we should write here 30. So the range of the wavelength will be 30 millimeter to 30 micrometer. I hope this question will be clear to you. Okay, now this next question. A sound wave is traveling in air is made to propagate through a liquid such that the velocity of sound is quadruple. मतलब 4 गुना हो जाती है. किसी कोई sound wave है that is air से that is propagating from air to any liquid, then its velocity of sound is changing because of the refractive index is changing. That's why the velocity of sound is also changing. And how much is it is changing? It is given in the question that it is multiplied by 4. The it is changing by 4 times. Now you have to calculate the, and what else is given in the question, that frequency of the sound wave is constant. Frequency constant है. Then you have to find out the change in wavelength. कितना wavelength change हुआ. मतलब sound wave air से liquid में travel किया, then its velocity is changing from v to 4v. Then how? And given in the question that frequency is constant. Frequency of the wave is constant, means n1 is equal to n2. And now you have to find out the wavelength, how much wavelength is changing. And you know the formula that velocity is equal to frequency into wavelength. So from there you can find out. So here is the solution. What is given in the question? In air, if velocity is v1, then velocity in liquid will be 4v1. What else is given? n1 is equal to n2. Velocity is v is equal to n lambda. From here you can find out the frequency. And frequency is constant for both the waves. So you can write v1 by lambda 1 is equal to v2 by lambda 2. From here you can find out lambda 2. Lambda 2 in terms of lambda 1 means how much lambda 2 is changing from lambda 1. So if you put all the values, then you will get, because vt is 4v1, so v1 will cancel out. You will get that lambda 2 is equal to 4 lambda 1. So how much it is changing? So change in wavelength will be lambda 2 minus lambda 1, that is 3 lambda 1, is thrice of the initial wave. Okay. Now the next question. So try to solve all questions first by yourself. If you are not able to attempt these questions, then see solution. Okay. The next question is, what would be the time period of a second pendulum constructed on Earth if it is taken to the surface of the moon? तो कोई पेंडुलम है, सेकेंड पेंडुलम है, उसको अर्थ पे बनाया गया है. अगर हम उसको मून पे लेके जाते हैं, then will it affect the time period of the pendulum? Of course it will affect the time period of the pendulum because g is changing. And how much it is changing? The g on the earth, g on the moon is 1/6 of g on the earth. So put the values, because L remain the fixed. L is not changing, so L will cancel out. T1 by T2 is equal to G2 by G1 because the T is inversely proportional to 1 upon under root G2. So that's why T1 is inversely proportional to G1 and T2 is inversely proportional to G2. Now put the values, because G2 is 1/6 of G1, so G1 will cancel out. You will get T1 by T2 is 1 by under root 6. Okay. So T2 on moon will be equal to under root 6 of T1 on earth. Now the next question. First try to do it by yourself and then only see the solution. So the next question is, the frequency of a sound wave is 200 Hz and its wavelength is 150 centimeter. Frequency, I have already told you that what is frequency. Frequency is the number of waves producing in 1 second. And what is wavelength? Wavelength is the distance between two successive curves, two successive troughs in terms of the transverse wave, and we will talk about the longitudinal wave, because all these questions are related to sound wave. So that sound wave, so the wavelength here, the definition of wavelength here is the distance between two successive compression or the distance between the two successive rarefaction. Okay. Now frequency is given to you, wavelength is given to you. Now what is asked in the question? What is the distance traveled by a sound wave in the time taken to produce 150 waves? तो सबसे पहली बात यह है कि एक वेव को जो टाइम लगता है, एक वेव to complete one wave, the time taken to complete one wave is known as the time period. The time taken to complete 150 wave is 150 into time period. So you have to calculate the distance traveled by the wave in 150 into t. In time 150 into time period. So now do the solution. Frequency is given in the question, lambda is given in the question, and you have to calculate the distance traveled by the wave distance traveled by the wave after 150 waves, after the completion of 150 waves. So from here you can find out the velocity using this relation. You know the velocity, you know t, because t, time period, is 1 upon frequency, so you know the t, you know v, you can calculate the distance. So as I've told you that to complete 150 waves is equal to 150 into t, and you can calculate t by 1 upon n, 1 upon frequency. So time to complete 150 waves is equal to 150 by 200, that is 3 by 4 seconds, and distance is equal to velocity into time. Velocity we have calculated using the formula v is equal to n lambda. So we will put that value over here, and into time is 3 by 4, so we will get 225 meter. I hope all questions will be clear to you. If you have any doubt, comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, press the thumb icon, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And please share with your friends, because these questions can be helpful for class 8 to class 12 students. And these questions can be asked in NEET exams, IIT JEE exams, and so many exams. Thank you. Thank you for watching.